Hi everybody, it's Honest John. Now, anybody who watches cop shows or FBI shows or movies about the CIA and stuff like that, they do have an idea of how the justice system goes. Some guy becomes a suspect. They're investigating a case and this guy's name turns up a lot. He's got a lot of connections. Maybe he's hanging out at the place where whatever crime it was that was committed a lot, things like that. And so this gives the police probable cause, or the feds, or the CIA. It gives them probable cause, and they go to a judge and they say, we need to tap this guy's phones or search his property or something like that. But now we have this thing that's happening that's kind of weird, because instead of finding a suspect, the Justice Department, the FBI, the NSA, Lord knows who else, they're just scooping up a bunch of data. First it was found out that in their search for a leak, the Justice Department had subpoenaed all the records of the Associated Press, all the phone records. Not just the phone records of whoever they suspected was involved, but the whole organization, every single record, every day, for an indefinite period. Now we found out that that the NSA, or whoever it was, I'm not even sure who it was, demanded that Verizon hand over all of their records, all of them, on every customer, everyone. And believe me, if they're doing it, I'm sure the government has all the phone companies doing it. Now, I don't care what they say. I don't think they just singled out Verizon. Then we found out that now they're scooping up the whole internet. They're scooping up everything that happens on the internet. They've gone to the internet service providers and said, you have to provide us with everything. They even have basically a machine, a box of some kind that all of this internet stuff gets sent to. And so everything on everybody is being scooped up by the government. Your emails, your photographs, your videos, the websites you visit, what you buy, all that, the government's getting all of that. Now, as I understand it, they're not actually listening to the phone calls. They need another court order for that. They're not actually reading our emails or any of that stuff. They're just storing it. They just have all that. They have all that information. As a matter of fact, they have so much information that they can't possibly use it all. The odds of them actually getting around to reading my emails are infinitesimally small. But I don't really think I want the government having all that, regardless of the odds. Now they say it's legal for them to do all this stuff because I guess it's in the Patriot Act. Have you ever tried to read the Patriot Act? I tried to read the Patriot Act. You can't. You can't read the Patriot Act. It's a real thick document. It is deliberately obscure, unintelligible. You can't get past the first sentence of it without it referring you to like 6 other places that you have to go just in order to understand that one sentence. So it's confusing. And it's deliberately. That's the way they wanted it. Basically, they can say anything they want is in the Patriot Act, and you'd be very hard-pressed to prove otherwise. So the first thing we need to do is repeal that. Now, I know that the government needs the tools to deal with terrorist threats and other threats to our safety and security. But we never really had that full-fledged debate about it because everything was packaged up into this Patriot Act and passed by Congress, who didn't even bother to fucking read it. And so we don't really know what is being done to fight terrorism. But I know this, we're a long ways away from that thing that I started with earlier, where we have a suspect and we find out about him and do all that. Now, we're all suspects. They're grabbing the information on all of us, and that is mass investigation. It's massive spying on every single one of us. It's a violation of our privacy. And the last time I looked at the Constitution, that wasn't allowed. And since I don't recall any recent amendments to the Constitution, it seems to me that no matter what it says in the Patriot Act or any other legislation that Congress has passed, it's still not allowed. Now, it may be that we need to allow the government to do that to protect ourselves. It may be that we need to do that, but we should have the opportunity to learn why we need to do that and to say yes or no. Thanks for listening.